Welcome back. Now I have here with me the Student Union Government President of the University of Lagos and the Acting Dean Student Affairs, University of Lagos. We're here talking about the protest that erupted in the University of Lagos last week that has led to many other things spiraling. And before the break, Dr. Carol, who's the Dean, Acting Dean, was speaking, and you were talking about the gates. But let's move on now to some of these issues you mentioned, which he says you were aware of. The power, for example, power transport, electricity. What is the issue and why did you let it degenerate to this?
Now, I am not aware of any transport issue. For transport issue, what I was aware of, they wrote a letter to the road transport workers there that their ESCO have overstayed and that they should abdicate office. And I called him, I said, Mohammed, you don't have any business with that. Are the vehicle rickety? Are they charging you more than the normal 50 naira? Is it that they are not covering the route? He said, no, the people, 117 people wrote a letter that they are not happy with their union. And I told him clearly, I said, please, there's no union under your union. Leave that, stay out of their politics. We know how they do motor park politics. Please, stay out of there. Face the issue, and that was the only issue we know about that. And we sent our representative to the transport committee, and the financial secretary of OSU was there. I spoke on the part of OSU. I said, look, leave these students, they have a way of doing things, and left. So, as I speak to you, I don't know if any transport problem at the University of Lagos is a public space. For cost of things, generally, for Christ's sake, I bought rice to 6,000 naira a bag last year. I'm buying it for 12. And they come to you and say, no, the rice must remain what it was last year. And we'll be having this running issue with vendors. And we say, okay, Welfare Secretary of OSU, vendor and our office, let us draw a price list and harmonize. And we've been on that. Now, on Tuesday, when they were to strike, I sent a text message to Mohammed. I said, I have it on good information that you'll be logging the gate at 6 p.m. and the speaker is in charge of that. He sent a reply to me that there is nothing like that. Also is in charge. And what I'm hearing is rumor. I informed the Vice Chancellor. I informed the Chief Security Officer in writing. And on Wednesday, they were on that strike. I can tell you before man and God that I was held hostage at the chambers of the Senate Council up to 1:30 a.m. that day. The Vice Chancellor was removed from that place with security forces. 3 times we saw the dummy of the Vice Chancellor leaving. 3 times we knew that these students were serious. And we had to bring in powerful security to bring in that.
What about the water issue?
The water issue was a very clear one. Iju Water Works is what we depend on at Unilag, interestingly. And for 2 weeks or thereabout, there was no supplies from Iju. And we sent a lag mobile to all the students that this is a problem and we will try, but good enough. All the halls of residence, they have borehole. But we have 2 halls that have real water problem that are almost intractable as I speak to you. Makama Bida and Kufo of lately. I went through all the halls. Jaja had hall. Moremi had water because they had their own generator. So I discovered that, okay, if it's going to be a power problem, let us see how we come about it. And the Vice Chancellor made it clear, and it made it incessantly clear to the students that we are going to ration light. That is the situation we are in because of fuel supply and because of power supply from Eco Disco. Incessantly that, look, we can't run 24 hours until we get the new generator.
Okay, let's
let me talk about the new generator.
Let's hear from you now, because I mean you've heard a lot of what he said, which seems to make sense, but you were nodding, you were disagreeing. So with the transports and even the gate issue, why are those issues?
I didn't say anything about the gates. I don't know where these issues are coming out from. When we talk about transportation, what we're trying to say is that we understand that these issues are national issues, but we are trying to say that give the students a bus. We have more than 35,000 students on campus. The traffic in school is too much. What we said, we sent a letter to the Dean of Student Affairs to say, please provide a bus, because we have one bus as the union. We have one bus that has even been seized by the management and police currently. We said, please give them a bus that could convey students from the gate to campus and from campus back to gate. That was the first issue. This protest was long overdue. If I have my phone here, I'll show you a lot of messages that students are saying they were going to protest. The State Security Service have called me on different occasions since January till now, more than 5 times to say, I learned there's going to be a protest today. The Unilag issue, there's going to be many protests. We try to calm the students down to say, calm down, we are going to solve this matter, we are on top of this situation. It's not going straight to the point. You said they are borehole. Channels News can come to school and come and do a survey by themselves to look at the water. The water is brown. And when you keep this water from morning till in the evening, you see some yellowish particles on top of the water. Moving to toilet infection in the same hostels. Toilet infections affect the students. When there is no light, you cannot flush. When there is no light, you can. When somebody uses the toilet now, how would you flush for the other person to come in? Majority of the students have to go to the banks on campus to go and use the toilet. We have the issues of accommodation. This is the only time that accommodation took 8 weeks before students came into the hostel. People were coming from far places. We try to disagree with the students that the management cannot solve this problem immediately. But what the management says provokes students. There's an hostel that is going under renovation. That is shouldn't endure. And it was formerly an undergraduate hall. And now you are saying the hostel is going to be turned to postgraduate hall because they get more money from...
We have to take a break now. Obviously, there's so many sides to this story, and we can't resolve all of it at the time we have it. But we're going to take a break now. When we come back, the conversation will continue with the University of Lagos representatives here. Please stay with us.